sometime later. The inauguration is complete. That's right. Welcome, welcome, one and all, to my oil processing facility. In a beautiful sunrise that'll really reflect all that is present. So as you saw from the slight preview of before and after, this place is finally done. I actually decided to work on it before I worked on anything else, which is why I'm going to put a small disclaimer here and now saying that I'm not going to be showing the other before and afters this episode. This thing, believe it or not, took me about 2 weeks to plan and design and build, from where it was before to, well, all this now. So let's walk you through it, shall we? First off, we have obviously our transport system to come and go from here. We have our elevator, which I will show off in just a bit, and we have the entrance to the offshore or the oil processing plant spire. Now, to our left, we have plastic processing, turning excess plastic from our oil processing into, packages, empty packages, that go out that way into, over in this building, packaging fuel and heavy oil residue, both of which go into this section at the end over here where it's either being stored or whatever excess there is goes into this nice little sink. Now, I seem to recall having detailed my plans previously, and if I didn't, well, here they are again. This storage area will lead up into this area, which will eventually house my very first train station. Now, I don't know how I want to make it, but I know that I want to make it. Now, between plastic processing and packaging, we have a small viewing platform over here, with either a ramp to go down or just the actual platform, through which we can observe our oil processing itself. On this side, we've got plastic. On this side, if you recall, we've got rubber. I also added a couple of ones to make petroleum coke from the excess heavy oil residue, and from the excess heavy oil residue is the 2 far ones out here, or 3, sorry, that are making the fuel. And as you can see, I've dotted most areas with the new stuff from Update 4, the lights and so on. I'll turn them on in a moment just so you see what it's like. Over on this side, we've got our actual power plant area. 24 of these beauties, all working from, ignore this tower, being fed into by these 6 or so oil processing plants, these refineries that just make the fuel and whatnot. Overall, this place is a thing of beauty. I really like it. Oh, and this place, finally, part of the plastic that leaves the packaging area comes through here and arrives here, where we are also packaging water for whatever reason, even though I have no use for it. And these 2 refineries over here, which are very, very special because I have no use for them so far, but they'll eventually allow me to make, with this polymer resin, polyester. But I can't do that yet because I need to first find some more drop pods to unlock the hard drive and whatnot. But as you can see, we've got plenty of entrances and exits everywhere. I made this as responsible as possible, as accessible as possible, as, OSHA approved as possible. So let's go down into the 2nd floor, shall we? And I know you saw that, so let's see it. That's right, this elevator shaft actually has a ladder going from floor to floor. Sort of like a maintenance area, which I think is really nice for the times when we run out of power and don't have enough to, well, keep things working. Pretty, right? I love the way it looks. It definitely adds a lot more texture to this place. But the ironic thing here is that no matter how many lights I put up, I think they made the darkness a whole lot darker in this game because, well, doesn't matter how much light I put up, it can get really dark. But anyway, this is the 2nd floor, the, I guess, not main floor, but just the intermediary one. It's just a walking area, lots of entrances, as you can see over there. We've got doors, ladders, plenty of access, plenty of room to walk, run, whatever. Some water tanks, because why not? You never know when you're going to need lights. There's really not much here except this, and I think it looks nice. But finally, the piece de resistance to this place is the bottom floor. Over here, where I present to you my magnum opus, at least in terms of how many materials it took to make this thing. Because let's see now, that's 100 of wire per thing. Blink and you'll miss it, but I've got here an array of 800 batteries. 400 on this side, 400 on that side, for a grand total of storable charge 80 gigawatts. Now that is insane. It's probably not a lot, considering what power sources are later in the game, like nuclear or whatever, but I like that I did this. This is like, well, if I'm ever in trouble, I can just have these guys back me up. Speaking of which, let's connect them right away. Beautiful. And now they're all activating. Let's see how long it'll take to actually charge. Oh boy, 30 hours. Well, it's a good thing I love this game and I'll keep playing it, because if not, well, I'd be at this for a while. But yeah, as you can see, there's plenty of entrances and exits. Plenty of ladders. I absolutely love the fact that they added ladders. And you know, sometimes I forget that this game is in early access, but it's just a really nice game. I love it. Now, let's show off one more thing, which is the top of the tower. This baby is structurally exactly like the one in the desert. Same height too, and I like it because, you know, it really affords me a better view of this area. My plan is to build, like I've mentioned before, one of these in every major area. And speaking of major areas, before I wrap this episode up, let's talk about what's coming in the future. So, I've known for a long time that there's this map tool. You see this little calculator online that lets you see where nodes are in the game world, and though I know that takes away from the exploration aspect of it, well, the exploration is still there, and really, honestly, using that tool doesn't detract from seeing the beauty of this game. But I've used it, and I'm mentioning it because I've used it to plan ahead. So, what is the plan for the future? The next big area, if you will. Next big episode. That would be over in this general direction over here. I don't even know exactly where, but I know there's a bunch of good and some pure nodes over there that will help me make the next thing. What is the next thing, you may ask? Well, my current milestone is monorail train technology, then another one for pipes, I think, and after that I'm done until I unlock tier 7. To unlock tier 7, I'll need to inject some things into the space elevator, and the best way to do that would be to make them from scratch. So I was thinking of making a giant space elevator worthy area, at least over in that direction for now, where the only thing I'll be producing is the things for the elevator, at least as far as unlocking tier 7 and I think tier 8 go. Other plans for the future involve, you remember this area? Roughly, that over there, that little beach area thing over there that I had in my first series? Yeah, I kind of want to revive the pyramid that I did over there, just not in the same way, a little bit different if you will. As you can see down there, that is where I housed my temporary doggo farm. I also added a bit of an entry point so that you can basically arrive from the beach. There's a hypertube tunnel and everything, but I moved the doggos from over there back over to the desert in this makeshift little pen for now. All the doggos are accounted for, and the plan is to eventually move all my doggos, including the 2 that are at the hub area, to a greener pastures sort of area. That's the plan for now. Just find every doggo, have doggo farms. In future episodes, probably the next one actually, after train station and all that, I do want to see if I can find some more drop pods, other than, you know, finishing these areas and whatnot, because I really want to unlock the polyester to be able to make gas masks, so I can explore better. It's an oxymoron. It's ironic, but I need to explore to find the material to make gas masks to actually explore well. But there's this entire canyon I would like to get through eventually. But yeah, there's a lot for the future planned, and I'm very excited for it. And I hope you are too. Anywho, for now, that's it for this episode. Like I said before, there will be a before and after for the other things next episode, whenever that is. I'm not going to bother you with the whole spiel like every other YouTuber, because honestly, my upload schedule is a little iffy right now. I don't know how back I am yet. So I'm not going to ask you for likes, subscribes, and all that. Just hope you're enjoying the content that I will keep putting out as weeks go by, since I don't even know when the next one will come out. Because I did mention it, didn't I? This was to be a non-series. That means that even if I did take a long-ass break, I would come back and just, you know, do it whenever I could. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and you keep enjoying the journey. But as always, I'm the only me, so you be the only you. See you next time.